what up, man? My man George in his box. Giving everybody the finger.
No shit.
Can't get to you again. All right, guys, we got some more UFC action for you, and it will be taking place the day before the
February
Super Bowl.
2nd.
That's pretty much the day before the Super Bowl, man. February 2nd, everybody.
Mandalay Bay, UFC 156. It's headlined by some big names, but the one name that sticks out to me is on the undercard on FX is Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
This will be his UFC debut, and if it's anything like his last fight, he got dominated by Nate Marquardt.
Oh, yeah, he did. You know, and I mean, he's going to be going up against Jay Heron. I mean, it's that, yeah, he's definitely got to show himself because after that last showing, it was just weak. I mean, he got really dropped.
Well, I mean, but you know what you're getting with Tyron Woodley. Take down, hold you down, get up, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
anyway.
It was the first time, though. The one thing that I do say this, like, he was dominating everybody on the ground. He was taking them down and just doing the ground and pound thing. But it was the first time that he really got exposed for not having a good defense. I mean, Marquardt straight fucked him up.
I think Heron has the advantage in this one. I'm going with him.
Anyway, moving to the main card. We got a Joseph Benavidez versus Ian McCall. As George would say, his favorite person, Uncle Creepy, because that mustache is crazy.
Right,
shit.
Dude. They weigh a combined weight of 150. I mean, of 250, because they were fighting in the 125 class.
This is, you know,
it's two nats. It's gonna be a 15-minute fight. Right. They're gonna sit there and run around and punch each other. It's gonna be action packed. They're not gonna be standing still, but it's not gonna get finished either.
Right, because both of them were very formidable opponents against Demetrious Johnson. And so, I mean,
right, both of them are also coming off losses to Demetrious Johnson.
But, yeah, I see it going to decision. I'm going to go with Ian McCall on a decision.
Yeah, I'm going with Creepy for the win. UD.
Now,
on to the welterweight. This fight to me intrigues me the most because this is Demian Maia's third fight at $170, and if he wins this, that puts him at 3-0.
Yeah, he's in the people he beat Rick Story, and he beat the Dong. You know, if you can fucking make the Dong go limp in my book, then you're a bad motherfucker. Just saying.
Now, on the other side of the ring from him is a fighter with a new vim and vigor about him, if you will. Somebody who's trying to turn it on, made comments about pay, and that's Jon Fitch. Jon Fitch came out his last fight and I think surprised the world and got a UD over Eric Silva. Jon Fitch was or is or considered still, I guess, the gatekeeper at 170, but I think if Demian Maia wins this, he kind of gets moved up the ladder at 170.
Yeah, he gets moved up a ladder that's actually becoming a very long ladder because there's just so over the last year we've seen the welterweight clash just start to really fucking develop. Well,
here's a question: if Jon Fitch doesn't look impressive in this, does he cut weight or does he put on weight or does he just stay there at welter and just ride off into the sunset?
Bellator. Are you done?
Okay.
No, I don't know, man. He's a good fighter, but he reminds me of Rich Franklin years ago when he was sitting there, you know.
No. See, Rich Franklin actually held the belt. There's a big difference.
Yeah, Rich Franklin actually did. But, I mean, once Silva took over the belt, it's like you just sat there, you know. You're better than everybody else. And we saw that when he beat Silva because Eric Silva was up and coming. And then I was like, holy shit, Jon Fitch still has it. You know what I mean? So...
Well, our next fight pits Alistair Overeem versus Antonio fucking head looks like a planet Silva. I think Overeem's going to knock this cat out, but I think in the process he's going to likely shatter a hand or a shin on that giant nugget of Silva's.
You know, it's funny, man, because Antonio Bigfoot Silva, the one thing, I mean, he's obviously got great BJJ. He's a great all-around fighter, but his chin... And it's the most bizarre thing in the world because when you look at the appearance, you would think that he would have the greatest chin in MMA history, but he's been, I mean, it looks like he's getting fucking dropped fairly easy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he finished off Travis Brown in his last fight in the first round, but before that he got beat by Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier by TKO and KO. Yeah. I would say I'd put Alistair Overeem's striking on level with Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier easily. Yeah. I mean, some will say he's even a better striker, which, I mean, we can argue till you're blue in the face. We don't have time to do that shit. But,
and it's so weird because I'm sorry I'm cutting you off, but people consider striking. I think with him coming from the K1 being a Dutch, you know, fighter, it's like his striking, a lot of it is elbows, feet, you know, throwing his legs and stuff like that. I don't know if his handwork is as good as Cormier's or fucking Cain Velasquez. You know.
Maybe not, but he brings that extra dimension with, is that big 200 and probably by the time he, fills up for the fight, 280, 290 pound dude gonna kick me in the head.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you're really worried about with Cormier or, the other guy you just mentioned.
I want to see these two guys in the octagon with each other because I want to see who actually looks bigger, their stature, because they're two big fuckers. Anyway.
Dude, Alistair carries way more muscle than fucking Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Silva looks, and yeah, like you said, anyway, on to a light heavyweight bout. Anyway, you got Rashad Evans versus Little Nog. Yep, come on, man.
Me too. Anyway, I'm
horse
going
meat for the win, dog. Now, Rashad Evans lately has made some noise in headlines coming into this fight, talking about how he can make the cut to 185 and be the man to beat Anderson.
Rashad Evans is losing his mind. There's no, dude, he would be going, he couldn't beat John Jones, and now he's going up, he would be going down to 85 to fight a more accurate striker, a more seasoned veteran, the greatest MMA fighter of all time, pound for pound.
Come on, man. Fedor, dog. Fedor. Nay.
But right. But I don't know, man. I guess in this day and age in MMA.
But here's what we do know. On February 2nd, Rashad will be facing off against Little Nog. Little Nog hasn't fought since December of 11. Right. So we're over a year removed from his last fight. So who do you think there's going to be apparent ring rust? I think Evans wins this in the second round.
I think I don't know if he'll win it in the second round. It'll be only a 3-round fight.
Right. I say the second because I think the first round they're going to spend some time feeling each other out. Rashad likes to get, Rashad looks, I think in my opinion, he comes across more as a countering guy. So, and I can't honestly remember the last time Lil Nog fought, so I couldn't tell you what kind of I expect from him, but it should be a decent fight, but nothing I'm gonna, put my hat on.
Unless he really hurts Nog and stuff like this, and Nog gets to the point where he's being aggressive and Rashad counters him and stuff, I'd probably have this going a unanimous decision, Rashad Evans' way.
Okay, I got Rashad Evans ended in the second. Now
the fate
on to Dirty Jersey versus one of the pride and loves from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Aldo.
Of all the fights that's happened over the last 3 or 4 months, this is the fight that I've been just in Georgia here. Blah 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 blah. I'm so fucking excited to see this fight because I think this is a good matchup. You got two explosive fighters, both of them go for it. You know what I mean? And I just think that every time Frankie Edgar steps into the ring, it is a good fight. I think Jose Aldo on the other side is good. He's aggressive. He's well-rounded. I think this is a good fight. And I'm going to tell you what.
How do you see the fight going?
I think, I think I'm going to go with Frankie Edgar. You know what I mean? Unless Jose Aldo can use his quickness and stay away from him. I just think Frankie Edgar is the type of fighter that he is going to press the shit out of him. He's going to try to cut off the ring and keep pressing him. He's good. He's got a lot of fucking heart. I noticed Jose Aldo, that one fight, he really lost his wind, and it started to show. It wasn't the last fight, but the fight before last. And I think if that happens, if he's not in great shape, and I mean optimum shape coming in to fight Frankie Edgar, I think he's going to have his hands full. Now, if he,
I'm with you on that, and I think if Aldo's to win this fight and wants to get this fight over with, he needs to do it before the third round. I think from the third round and on, you're playing into Frankie Edgar's two strengths, which is his cardio and his heart. Yeah. Because I swear to God, you could probably come into the ring and shoot the guy in the leg, and he would get up and continue to try to fight you.
You really could.
I think Aldo's got a dispatch of him quickly if he can. Yep. Because we've seen the kid take a shot.
I mean, you can, and it could go either way. I mean, Jose Aldo, I tell you what, if he takes the approach that he fought when he fought Uriah Faber, if he gets in and tears those legs up, I don't know if Frankie Edgar's ever had an opponent that attacks his legs the way that Aldo did when he fought Uriah Faber. If he can do that.
And I tell you what, that's one way to slow a guy down. If a guy's going to keep coming in at you and you just attack that lead leg, and here's the idea. For all you people out there who doesn't think a fighter at this level can switch stances, then you know what? They probably aren't at this level.
Yeah.
So when I fully expect to either leg check, Or switch stances and stop letting that other just switch. I don't understand why people think that's so difficult.
No, I don't either. But I do. I think if he can do that, he's got a little height advantage over Frankie Edgar. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but he is a taller guy. If he can use his length and he's in good condition and he can tear those legs up and establish some distance and he could maybe win a UD or decision or maybe even finish him. But
I tell you what, if I'm Aldo, I'm starting out and I'm punting his leg into the third row. That's how I'm starting it, because I'm going to set the tone right there and look at Edgar and be like, there's going to be 950 more of these coming.
Absolutely. So anyway, that's it. Of course, we want to see what all you guys have to say, because
I don't give a shit.
I want to hear what you fuckers have to say. Anyway, we're fucking out of here. We'll catch you guys next time. Deuces.